Christmas, everybody, and welcome to the Life Plus God podcast. We're going to have a little fun with today's episode. I've brought in a guest, Denise Robinson, and she is my mother because my name is Alyssa Robinson.
I am unrelated.
And my co-host, Aaron Willis, is unrelated, and we're going to do a little Christmas trivia today. My mom is the director of adult discipleship here, and she does a little bit of Christmas trivia every year. And you would think, as a 33-year-old, having done Christmas trivia with my mother every single year, I would get some of the questions correct. But I don't. I never do. And for those listening who are saying, hey, this is unfair, there's some collusion going on between mother and daughter. I guarantee you my mom wants me to lose. So
I sent Aaron all the questions ahead of time.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, they are actually in Hebrew, so I had no idea what any of them said.
So we just wanted to have a little fun, get into the Christmas spirit. So this is a great podcast episode for you to grab your family, grab a friend, and see how many of the trivia questions you can get right. And if you can do better than Aaron and I, the way that this is going to work is Denise is going to ask a question, and Aaron and I are going to buzz in by saying, buzz.
It's getting so much fun already.
Wow. Yes, no expense was spared.
And try and get the answers right. And mostly get them wrong, I'm guessing.
And here we go.
Here we
wow.
go.
Okay, so our trivia podcast that we're doing today, this trivia quiz, is all based on the biblical narrative of the Christmas story. And I guarantee you're going to think you know the Christmas story until you hear all these questions. I guarantee you're not going to know the answers.
But you have no idea.
You have no idea.
This is VH1's Behind the Music.
So here we go. And I have actually made it easy for you because I have done the questions in order of events.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. That makes it even easier.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Where do we find these famous words? For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given.
Am I supposed to know the scripture reference?
Just the book of the Bible that it's in.
Buzz. Lamentations.
Incorrect.
Oh,
you have
dang
a
it.
chance, Alyssa.
Buzz. Oh, wait. I probably don't have to buzz
You don't
if
have
it's
to buzz.
a steal. Okay.
It's just the two of us.
Luke?
No, those words are actually from Isaiah.
What?
And it was the prophecy.
Oh.
So it is that's the only
Do
Old
they
Testament
do
one
they
I'm giving
quote
you.
it in the New Testament?
No, but it's on a whole lot of banners and posters.
For unto us so it is nowhere in the Gospels. For unto us a
well,
child
I'm not
is
going to
born.
say that. I didn't look that up, but
I honestly was going to say, do you hear what I hear? Because that's where I've
Yeah.
heard it the most.
Well, the whole quote is, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, and the
really
Prince of Peace.
thought that was like the whole angels coming
Right.
of like,
Nope.
hark the herald
Yeah.
angels
Yep.
sing, for unto us a child is born. And they're singing to the shepherds, and the shepherds are afraid.
Man, I should have asked what song they sang because you would have already gotten that wrong. Hark the Herald Angels is not what they sang.
Now she
Okay.
wants to keep track of the questions that she wished she had asked, so I could have gotten them wrong.
I like that.
right.
I like that.
Okay, so that was just question number one.
Okay. So
Now,
it's 0-0.
0-0. So what role does Elizabeth and Zachariah have in the biblical Christmas story?
Buzz.
Are you buzzing before you even think?
Yeah, that's how
That's
you win
cheating.
the game. That's how you win the game.
So Elizabeth and Zachariah,
Were they the innkeepers?
they were not.
Buzz.
Oh,
Elizabeth is Mary's cousin.
That's correct. What else do we know?
Do I have to say everything?
Well, let's see.
you only have a
She's-
quarter point at this.
The fact that she was the cousin doesn't mean she's a part of the Bible story.
Yeah, what role?
Christmas, what role?
They gave birth to John the Baptist.
Very good. Very good. So, yes, they're the parents of John the Baptist.
Of Bob the Baptist.
Can we baptize it? Yes, we can.
They are the parents of John the Baptist. And Mary went to visit Elizabeth after she learned she was pregnant
Yeah, because they're cousins.
because they're cousins. That's right.
Point Alyssa.
And
Nice.
why is this really important to us? Because it was when Mary was at Elizabeth's house that she proclaimed what we call the Magnificat, which is what our sermon series is all about.
Okay.
So that's why that's important.
I didn't even get that right because I was thinking the Magnificat was when like she was first told by the angels that she was pregnant.
I thought that was the property next to Disney World.
I think you're thinking of Epcot.
Oh.
There you go.
It is pretty Magnificat, though.
Don't sue us, Disney.
Yes.
Okay, so who appeared to Mary in Nazareth?
Buzz. I don't know. Sorry.
I don't know is incorrect.
I was doing what Aaron did. Wait, will you ask the question again?
Who appeared to Mary in Nazareth?
Can you use the question in a sentence, please?
You say appeared. I'm going to say an angel. Appeared sounds mysterious.
Appeared is an angel is correct.
Michael.
However, Michael is not correct.
Oh.
What was the angel's name, Aaron?
Gideon.
No. Can you try again?
Garrett.
Let's go with
Garrett.
How about if we go with the angel Gabriel?
Gabriel.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
I was
now?
actually really close.
Yeah.
Garrett. Yep. Really close. This is not going well, folks. I'm guessing that
No.
your families are doing better already.
Let's hope so.
I'm winning.
Okay.
You are.
I have a quarter point.
So Gabriel
Uh-huh.
spoke some pretty famous words to Mary.
And it's not for unto us a child is born.
And it's not for unto us a child is formed. Do you have any idea what some of those famous words were?
Buzz. Is it be not afraid?
He did say that.
Yes.
He said, "The Lord is with you. Don't be afraid,
Yes.
Mary." Very good.
Okay.
And
You
I
did
only have
good.
the Message Bible, so I feel like that's at least worth a point and a
Yeah,
half.
where the entire Bible is summarized.
Yeah, it's just a pamphlet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not forget Joseph. Don't
Okay.
forget about Joseph.
Mhm.
So how did
Who is he again?
that, you tell me?
Oh, okay.
That
Is
wasn't
worth
one of the
point?
questions.
No,
I
I'm
kind of
just
hoped
kidding.
you knew that one.
No, yes, I
Okay.
did. I haven't forgotten.
But how did Joseph learn that Mary was pregnant?
Buzz. Gossip. The town, the people, they were talking about it. And he was like, I'm going to leave her because she's pregnant. And
No, keep going.
You know what?
am I right?
It could be because guess what? We have no idea. The Bible doesn't tell us how Joseph learned that Mary was pregnant. So
I-
you could be right.
I
could-
think I'm going to take that point.
I could have been equally as right saying Maury Povich.
You
Yeah. The Bible simply tells us that Joseph wanted to break the engagement. That's all it tells us. It doesn't tell us how he learned. Don't you want to know that? It's like, okay, let's know the rest of the story. We don't know the rest of the story. Very interesting.
Now I need to know.
Yeah.
Why don't we know? We don't know anything
Because
about
men
Joseph.
wrote the Gospels and they don't give full information.
You wonder where I get it from.
Wow.
The patriarchy that starts with this woman.
Yes.
And before this woman, it was my grandmother. We have been fighting the patriarchy for generations.
So it's really funny that you say that because like I'll go like have dinner with one of my friends and my wife, like I'll get home and my wife will ask me all the questions that I should have asked them at dinner. She's like, "What did you talk about?" Like the first series of G.I. Joe when it first came out, and like when it transitioned and they had the aircraft carrier.
But did you ask him how his mom's doing? Because she just had surgery. Or did you ask?
No.
See?
No.
That's
I
why
didn't.
we don't know the answers to all these probing questions. I stand affirmed.
It's true. That's fair. That's a fair
Okay.
assessment.
So, who told Mary and Joseph to go to Bethlehem?
Buzz. Herod. Government. Census. Go. That's the census. It's the census, right?
Who ordered the census?
I already said that, right? Herod.
No.
That is incorrect.
It's not Herod.
The census is correct. That's what
Yes.
made them go there.
King Gerald.
Caesar Augustus.
Oh.
Caesar Augustus. He proclaimed that
Okay,
He
who
decreed that everyone had to go back to their ancestral towns to register
Herod
for
is
the
later.
census.
is Herod later? Okay.
Yeah, Herod's
Now,
later.
Caesar is over all of Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Herod is over an area. He's like a governor.
He's king though.
He's king, but
Yeah.
he's not. Caesar is all of Rome.
All I know is gladiator and the salad. Those are the
And
only
the section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Caesarean section.
Where is that?
And that comes
Is that
from
like
Caesar.
the cheap seats, or is that more close? Is that more towards the stage?
Why don't we move on? What do you think? So, how did Mary and Joseph travel to Bethlehem?
Buzz. She was on the back of a donkey, and he walked beside it for a time. And did she travel by herself for a brief time?
You're the one answering the question.
Is it wrong?
I
Because
am.
I think it's wrong.
Is it wrong? Am I wrong?
You are, well,
Oh.
I can say we don't know. This beautiful image of Mary riding the donkey is the work of artists. It's really not in the Bible.
Okay.
We want to think she rode a donkey because she was 9 months pregnant,
Mhm.
but the truth is she probably walked.
Okay.
They probably didn't have a donkey that she rode on. They probably went with a caravan of people going for the
Oh, wow.
census, and yeah, she may have ridden, but probably not.
So it could be rollerblades.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which brings us to this one. How many miles did it take for them to get from
Buzz.
Nazareth to
Bu-
Bethlehem?
I would walk 500 miles. And I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to stand outside your door.
And you would have way overshot your
Buzz.
destination.
False. It's kilometers.
Oh,
But I asked how many miles.
Oh,
So,
they don't have those over
Guess
there,
what?
Denise.
This one isn't in the Bible, but it was really 80 miles. That one's just for you to know. It was 80 miles
80
from
miles.
Nazareth to Bethlehem, so it wasn't a day's walk. That's
Yeah.
what you need to put in your head. That this
How
was
many
a
days?
journey. Probably 4 at least.
Well,
Maybe 5. I would say a
yeah.
week.
On average, like
She's pregnant.
yeah, and I mean, an average height person walks like 2.5, 3 miles an hour. So if you do that with stops, you got to sleep at night. But
how
she's
tall
pregnant.
was Mary?
False. Centimeters. Did I get it?
Oh, that's another who knows. How tall
How
was
many
Mary?
points do we have?
I don't think any. I
I-
think I'm winning.
You have one.
I have one. You have one.
Do I have one?
I think so.
I think so.
Here's a good one for you. What did the innkeeper tell Mary and Joseph?
Buzz. I think that you're trying to trick us. There was no innkeeper.
There was no innkeeper.
Dang.
Alyssa
Oh,
got it.
bravo.
So
She's-
here's
She's done that move on 2 questions now, where she
Yeah.
asks the question
Now
and
they're
she's like, "There is no donkey."
so
We
my
don't
theory-
know how Joseph found out, and now every single answer from now on is we don't know.
Okay.
My
okay.
personal theory is that little Johnny didn't have a role in the Christmas play, and so somebody created the role of innkeeper, and Johnny was very boisterous, and he said, "There is no room at the inn," and then it stuck.
When you said little Johnny, I was like panicking in my mind, thinking, "Okay,
Johnny's
who
not
is
in the
little?
story.
Who's little Johnny? Should I know who little Johnny
He's
is?"
he's the little drummer boy.
In the
He's-
Christmas
yes, he's the
story.
little drummer boy. There you go. Do you know where Mary delivered Jesus? Now, I know Bethlehem, don't say that, but what kind of structure did Mary give birth in? What kind of,
Buzz
go for it.
cave.
You know what? That is probably the closest to right that we have.
Oh.
We don't really know. Unknown would have worked too, Aaron, if you had said
Okay.
unknown. But when you visit Israel, that's
Uh-huh.
what they show you. They show you a cave, and in all likelihood, it was a cave. It is very unlikely that it was the stable that we have in our nativity scenes. So I'm destroying your nativity scene right now as we speak.
That's totally fine. Can I tell y'all a story right quick about nativity scenes?
Yes.
Just a little aside. So my wife and I were looking for Christmas decorations. Josie was probably like 3 or 4. And so we were trying to do a little bit more, make it a little bit more fun because she's getting more aware of that kind of stuff. And so we were out shopping, and my wife was like, babe, come here and look at this. And I turn the corner, and you know those those inflatables that you can do? She's like, what about this? And it was a nativity scene. It was really cute. And I was just like, no. And she was like, why? And I was like, because I don't want to go deflate the baby Jesus every night before we go to bed. Said that feels really sacrilegious to me. Like just watching just Mary and Joseph leaning to the side like the waving
Wacky
arm
waving,
guy. Yeah.
inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Yes, at the I was like, no, I can't do a blow up nativity. That feels weird.
Well, now you can say that you don't want to do it because it's not in a cave, so it's not accurate.
Yes. Well, we live in a cave, so
It is accurate.
it is
accurate.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
It works. So you probably know that they placed Jesus in a manger, but do you know what a manger is?
Is this a question?
It is a question.
Buzz. A feeding trough.
Very good, and you even had the right answer.
That one they do that
It
in the
is a feeding trough.
nativity plays.
Yes.
They actually
Yeah.
have all of the different animals and a little hay thing.
And they still use it today. So
Yes.
it's still a very practical.
Wait, what? Who?
They still use feeding troughs today.
Oh.
Mangers. They
but
still
not
use
to
mangers.
put babies in.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure it could be done.
And I'm sorry, I got distracted. And
Now-
to this very day,
Yeah.
they're still using feeding troughs for their children.
Coming this Christmas season to Earthbound Trading Company, manger bassinets.
There you go.
Return
There
to
you
the
go.
earth.
Right. So, what animals were present when Jesus was born?
Buzz. Pangolins.
What's a pangolin?
Boa constrictors.
Is that a
7. There were 7 umbrella cockatiels. 4 largemouth bass. No.
Are you making up? I'm sorry. I want to go back to pangolin. Is that real?
Yeah, it's
Is
a real
that a real
animal.
animal?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite animals. They're super cool.
What is it?
I've
Everyone
never
at-
heard of a pangolin.
You've never heard of a pangolin? Okay. Think of it like an anteater that's covered in like scales like an armadillo. And when they roll up, they look like little pine cones and they're really cute. They walk on their back legs because their tail is so long and they have these little hands that they use for digging. And so they're always like, hi, I'm just a little pangolin. They're awesome. You should
We
So
look
need
them
to
up.
do a
that was
close-in
at-
of him demonstrating that.
Yes.
Right. Like so that was at the birth of Jesus.
No, I think I was wrong. So I think I just got really excited because I love animals.
He just wanted to name all of the animals that he knows.
Right. There were Tyrannosaurus Rex. There was no. I'm just kidding. So I'm going to say. Now, are we saying at the birth or at the birth scene as additional people are quote unquote arriving?
My question is, what animals were present at Jesus's birth?
At the actual birth.
The actual, what the Bible tells us.
I'm starting to suspect this whole thing was a stalling tactic.
Can I have the origin of the word? No. I'm going to say donkeys. I don't think camels were present there. I think they would have come later. Sheep.
Probably some mice, right? In
In
a cave?
We don't know. The Bible doesn't say.
And guess what? That's the answer. The Bible doesn't have any animals listed.
Oh.
So take your sheep away from your nativity and your
Yes.
donkey and your cow.
Put
and
it
you're
put
the
it in
only
it-
thing you can keep right now is the manger.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
bet
Mary
they.
and Joseph, they were there.
Yeah.
The Bible doesn't say that.
But were they made of porcelain?
Or were they
Now
Is
we're
that
getting tricky.
inaccurate?
Yeah, I think you can only keep the wood ones.
And what
yeah.
were they
Yeah.
wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask that. Was Mary in blue with a halo? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I actually saw a really cool video. I'll show it to you guys afterwards, but it was.
This is making it for a great podcast.
I think so. I'm entertained.
I've got this really great video. I'll send it to y'all later.
Well, it was just, I'm going to tell them about it.
Okay.
Wow, way to step on my lead, Alyssa. Golly, I thought you were a professional. No.
Thought that.
But it talked about like the way that she would have dressed, given the customs and the area that she was from, and how she probably had like these very vivid kind of red and yellow clothes and probably a lot of bracelets, and probably had a rather sizable ring in her nose and a lot of stuff, and talked about her hair. I just thought that it was really cool because
Tattoos.
it's nothing like what we see represented in Western media.
Yeah, so much of what we have in our heads is from artistry.
Yes.
And a lot of that artistry is from the Renaissance period.
Yeah,
And
very
so,
anglicized as well.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. So here you go. How many angels spoke to the shepherds?
Buzz 2.
Wait, actually spoke?
Hmm.
I still think it's 2.
Are you wrong? Is he
He
wrong?
is wrong.
Okay.
We don't know.
We
There
do
are
know.
no angels.
There are angels in the story.
Okay, since she got it wrong, can I buzz in again?
Yes.
But
Buzz. None.
No.
One.
One.
Okay.
One is the correct answer. So only one. And this is where we get it wrong. We always have all these angels.
Mhm.
So one angel appeared to the shepherds first and spoke to them. Then a multitude of angels appeared and sang to them.
What did they sing? Am I?
My sweet Lord.
Do we know?
By George Harrison? I like that reimagining. That is actually what is in the Message
Glory
Bible.
to God in the highest.
Yeah.
They sang joy to the world.
That's okay.
In English. It was really weird. They're like, I don't understand that.
Yeah. And then this one angel, what sign did he tell the shepherds to look for?
Is this a new question?
Yeah, new question.
Buzz. The star. The star. The star.
They did not tell. The
I
angel
repeated
did
the
not
answer 3
tell.
times.
And you were still incorrect 3 times. The shepherds did not look for a star. They had a much harder task.
Oh, the wise men looked for a star.
That's correct. But we're not on the wise men yet.
The wise people. Wait, will you repeat the question?
What sign did the angel tell the shepherds to look for?
Now that you've said star 3 times, I'm just blanking.
It's a star.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It starts with, you will find the baby
In a manger.
wrapped in,
Buzz.
go,
Swaddling clothes.
lying in a manger.
Okay.
So
They
it's-
just had to look for a kid.
Yeah, every kid
so
is
they had
wrapped
to
in
knock on
swaddling.
every door and
Yes.
see, hey, is there a baby in a manger in here?
Hey, can I see what your baby's wrapped up in right quick?
No.
This angel's like, it's telling me like it's a
Yeah.
big deal.
Got
So it
any
wasn't an easy
babies?
task. It wasn't an easy task. And then the shepherds go and see Jesus. And what do they do right after they see Jesus? After they visited with Jesus?
Buzz. Go tell it on the mountain.
They did. They really did. Only they didn't
Yay.
tell it on the mountain, but they did leave and go tell everybody. And we forget that part of the story, that the shepherds went and just started telling everybody. Okay, where did Jesus go on his first trip? His first vacation.
Was it a vacation?
Well, it was his first trip. I just added vacation.
Buzz. Out of town.
That's correct.
Yeah!
But where out
Wait,
of town?
so it's not Bethlehem because that's where he was born.
That's where he was born.
And Buzz.
Yes,
Egypt.
that is incorrect.
Dang.
Oh.
I really thought I knew that. I thought they were hiding out in Egypt.
They did, but not yet.
Oh.
So the first thing they did is they took a trip to Jerusalem because they had to do all the purification rituals.
Oh.
So they took.
Is that in the Bible?
It is in the Bible. It
Okay.
is in the Bible. I
I don't think I've
promise.
ever read that.
And 2 of my favorite characters.
I don't think I have.
2 of my favorite
Uh-huh.
characters are a part of that story, and they're never mentioned hardly ever. And one of them was a priest who was told that he would not die until he saw the Messiah. And so he saw baby Jesus in Jerusalem at the temple, and he felt like he had received what was promised. What was his name?
Is this a question?
Yeah, what
Oh
was
my
the priest's
gosh.
name? Begins with an S.
Buzz. Oh, I don't know. Um, All I can think is Salazar Slytherin, if I'm being honest.
No,
That's
that is the wrong time period.
I just finished a Harry Potter marathon,
Yeah.
and that was the only S name I could think of.
That is not correct.
Oh, goodness. Not even Snape.
And it's in the same story about Anna the priestess. So Simeon.
Seth? Oh.
Simeon.
Oh.
It's a great story. So y'all should go read that sometime. Go to Luke
Yes.
and read, because there's a whole section of the birth narrative that we don't even focus on. And it's a beautiful, beautiful story. Okay, here you go. You talked about the star.
Yeah, the star.
The star.
Who saw the star and how many were there?
How many stars?
No, there was one star. Who saw the star in the east, and how many were there that were traveling together following that star?
The Magi. Buzz. Sorry, I did that in the wrong order. Buzz, the Magi,
Also known as,
the wise people.
and how many?
We don't know.
We don't know.
But
Oh,
but is
nice.
it true that it's the wise ones?
It is the wise men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's in the Bible.
That is in the
Yes.
Bible.
Okay.
Sometimes they're called the three kings.
Mm-hmm.
Not correct. The Bible doesn't refer to a number, and early traditions actually said there were 12,
Oh, wow.
that there were 12 of them. And now the tradition of 3 is universal because of the 3 gifts.
Mm.
And we've even given them names. So tradition, not in the Bible, has names for the 3.
What are their names?
Gaspar. I don't know how to pronounce these correctly, but
Jasper.
Gaspar.
Is it Jasper?
I don't know. Melchior and Balthazar.
Balthazar. Can I
the
see
names.
those?
I thought
Yeah,
one of
no,
them.
because you'll see the other
Oh.
questions.
I thought one of them was Ed McMahon.
It could have been, because he does deliver a lot of good news.
Well, he hosted Star Search for I don't know
Yeah.
how many years.
Okay, I bet you know
you
this
went
one.
way back in
Before you were
time
born.
for that one.
I mentioned 3 gifts. What were they?
Buzz,
Go for it, Aaron.
gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Okay, and for a bonus, what is frankincense?
It is
But-
it's Buzz. Sorry. I thought it was still me.
You can answer,
Okay.
unless Alyssa knows the answer.
I don't. I just wanted to buzz.
Frankincense is I believe it's an oil, or it's a I don't know the correct term for it.
Well, you're on the right path because of incense, the
Right.
word in there. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a
an
smell.
aromatic compound
Yeah.
that gives forth perfume
Mm-hmm.
when it's burning.
Yeah.
And
Wait, what's bonus question? What's myrrh? I don't know what myrrh is either.
okay, and this is interesting. So frankincense would be a gift you would give a priest because incense was used.
Mm-hmm.
And myrrh is a very unusual gift for a baby.
Oh,
Any idea?
I know this. Buzz. I don't know what it is, but it's something having to do with funerals, right?
Yeah, it's a gum resin that they use to embalm people.
Gum resin.
Yeah. It's right on the tip
I
of my
knew
tongue.
because I remember.
What a great gift for a baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Something for you to use in embalming.
I remember hearing that one time and knowing that it was a funeral gift, and I was like, "Ew, creepy."
Right.
Yeah. Gum
Yeah.
resin extracted from a plant. And they
Was
use
that
it,
normal?
Did they use it for anything else? Why
they
would this have
used
been?
it for embalming and for anointing of the dead.
Okay.
And so a gift for a priest, a
Mm-hmm.
gift for someone who's going to die,
Mm-hmm.
and then gold would be the gift for
Anyone?
a king.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Gold is a gift you would give to a king.
Oh,
So yeah,
Wait, king, a priest, and a dead.
yeah.
and it did.
Interesting.
Foreshadowing.
I could have worded that better.
Yeah.
And a dead.
So was that super unusual for those gifts to be given?
I would say that is not typical. I would also say, were they really given, or is that symbolism?
I would
Depends on
say
how
that
you read the
that's
Bible.
symbolism. Well, I mean, unless it was a big enough piece of gold, you're not supposed to give babies things that can fit in their mouth because they could swallow it. That could be a choking
I'm
hazard.
assuming it was a huge chunk of gold.
Yeah, like
Like the size of a baby.
like an ingot.
Yeah.
I don't know what that word is.
It's how they got to Egypt. They used that gold.
What is ingot?
They sold it.
It's a bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a bar of.
I'm learning a lot
precious
of
metal.
new words
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the big question.
Wait. We didn't. You didn't go back because myrrh is the root of the word murder, which means to kill someone, and then you use the gum resin.
There you
This
go.
is
Fun fact.
Yeah,
Fun
this is
fact.
really coming together.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah,
It's
audience, check your facts.
It's like
Do a
those
fact check.
horrible
Go to-
National Geographic
Yeah.
conspiracy documentaries that you watch.
Yeah, this is getting scary.
Uh,
Getting scary. Okay, where did the wise men find Jesus?
Buzz. Under the star. The star. The
Yeah.
star.
The star led them
star.
to him.
Yes.
Yeah. But what kind of structure did they find Jesus in?
Is that in the Bible?
It is.
I know that Jesus was older, right?
Oh, so you're getting points for that. That's very good.
I get points for not even answering the question that was
Wow.
asked. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what
So wait.
structure?
He was older, so he wasn't
He's
a
like,
baby when he got
well,
to
he's
get-
still kind
What
of.
city, first of all, what town or city did they find him in? You can do that one. That one's easy.
I don't know that one. Did you already tell us that? Jerusalem.
No, Jerusalem was just a trip.
Egypt. I don't know what city.
They're back
Cairo.
in Bethlehem.
Right.
They're back in Bethlehem.
Okay, so you're just telling us the answers now.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's got to get the answers,
Yeah.
even if it's her.
Okay, so they're in Bethlehem, and we're supposed to guess what structure the wise men found Jesus in.
Yes. What kind of living arrangement?
Buzz.
Go.
Were they in the end then? Because
No, he's in a house. Isn't that
Oh,
interesting?
yeah.
So we always think they stay forever in
Mhm.
this stable or cave. And by the time the wise men get there, he's in
So-
a house. And Jesus was probably somewhere between 1 to 2 years old by now.
I don't know how real estate works back then. But is the thought like they were in Bethlehem? Because I
I
thought
have a theory.
because I thought the whole reason they went there was for the census. And so in my mind, that's a limited amount of time that you're there to register or whatever. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I like it here. Let's buy a house. But they go back to Nazareth at some point because it's Jesus of Nazareth. Like why are they there for so long?
So that's my theory. My theory is they decided, hey, let's just stay here. It'll be a lot easier to stay here than go back and explain all this to the gossips at home. That's my theory. That's not in the Bible,
Okay.
but that's my theory. Hey, let's just live. Let's go ahead and settle down. Let's live here now. Let's start a new life.
okay.
Let's
Then
not
we
go
don't,
back.
Yeah, then we don't have to answer to our parents.
We don't have to answer to, yeah, because we don't have those conversations, do we? We don't get to know those. So, yeah, that's my theory, but that's not in the Bible. That's the gospel according to Denise, which
Okay.
means nothing. Means something to me.
Means
Right.
something.
Nothing to anybody else. Okay, now you know this one because you've already answered it. Where did Mary and Joseph and Jesus move next?
Egypt.
Egypt.
Buzz.
That's right. Okay, but here,
Egypt.
Aaron, you can answer this. Why did they decide to go to Egypt?
Buzz. Go ahead, but I know the answer.
You probably think
There
you
is
do.
no structure to this game whatsoever, I've decided. So I'm just going to jump in whenever I want to.
Okay. Well, go for it.
What's the question? Sorry. Can you repeat
How
that?
did
Oh my gosh.
how did they know to move to Egypt?
Wait, that wasn't the original question. Will you ask the question that you asked?
I said, where did Mary and Joseph and Jesus move next and why?
And why? Okay. They were running. They were refugees.
They were refugees, but that they left because
Herod was killing all the babies.
they left because
Oh, did I get it wrong?
well, that Herod did do that, but they left before that.
Because a dream told them to.
That's right. Joseph
'Cause
had
of
a
the-
dream about it.
Okay.
Joseph had a dream, and they got out before Herod
I was
started.
a little
killing.
guided into
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah, but I'm giving.
I
the
don't
point.
regret-
I'm giving.
Just a little.
I'm giving Aaron the point.
I don't.
When you have to help that much.
Yeah, just it
Welcome.
Yes.
What was it? Welcome to the Life Plus God podcast, where the rules are made up and the points don't
Right,
matter.
exactly.
That's right. Okay, so all these great questions that I came up with,
They were excellent.
and where would you find the answers to make sure I told you correctly?
The Bible.
Where?
Oh. You mentioned Isaiah in one of them.
That was one of them, but that's just for that one thing. So the biblical narrative of Jesus' birth,
Luke.
Luke is one of them.
hmm
Where else?
Matthew. No, not Matthew.
John.
No.
No.
Wait, was it Matthew?
Do I just have to stare
Gerald.
at y'all? Yeah, it is Matthew and Luke only.
Matthew
Talk
and Luke
about
only.
the biblical narrative. Luke talks about the shepherds. Matthew talks about the wise men.
I do want to say elements of the birth story do appear many times in the concordance.
They
So
do.
I feel like I should get
Well, and Mark just
probably 5 points for
Mark
that.
just starts right on in with Jesus' ministry.
Right.
And John does say, and there was the Word was with us. You know, John
Yeah.
has this little beautiful poetry kind of stuff, but he doesn't talk about the birth.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, here is one other question,
Okay.
and maybe one more. But what is Epiphany, and when is it celebrated?
Buzz. It
I
is.
don't know this.
It's the celebration of the wise men making their way to Jesus, and then
It's actually commemorates presenting the gifts, but yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
and isn't it like 5 or 6 weeks after Christmas or something? 3 weeks? 3 weeks after Christmas?
No.
7 weeks after?
Go
9 weeks after
closer.
Christmas? 12? No, 4 weeks after Christmas.
It is not correct. And not even close. It is January 6th.
Oh, right.
But we really should celebrate it 2 years later.
Yes.
So
Okay.
it
Well,
gets really
when we're
confusing.
celebrating it on January 6th last year, what we're really celebrating is 2019 Christmas
Right.
on
Yeah.
January 6th. And everyone's just thinking that we're celebrating it right after Christmas. But what we're really doing is looking at what happened 2 years ago.
I have never celebrated Epiphany. Now, is that something that is unique to Methodism or?
It's usually mentioned.
I didn't
Okay.
even know about it
I've
until
not heard it. Like I grew up Baptist and then went non-denominational
There's-
for a long time, so I've
There's
never
other
heard of Epiphany.
cultures. There's other cultures and Orthodox traditions that it gets really an important mention. Some of the Orthodox traditions that really make a point of Epiphany. And remember, I said in Egypt, that's when they celebrate Christmas, January 6th. So
Oh.
it's kind of.
Did you say that?
Yes,
Yeah,
she did say
I
that.
did.
Point for Aaron because I heard it.
I
when they
didn't.
thought-
I don't remember that.
Minus 5
I mean,
points
I
for
don't know
Alyssa.
if that anymore, but
Yeah.
that, for a long time, Egypt celebrated Christmas on January 26th. Yeah. So it's very interesting. So
I love
now-
Christmas in Egypt because you can see the snow on the top of the pyramids. It's so cool.
Have you been to Egypt?
No.
Point for Alyssa.
so
I
Have
have
you?
not. No.
Have you been to Egypt?
But I recognized
Minus 2
instantly
points
that
for-
you had not been.
For Egypt shaming.
so here is the big thing.
Okay.
Let's name everything that's wrong with our current nativity scenes.
Ooh. Buzz. Some of them are made of plastic and light up. Buzz.
Some of them are inflatable.
Buzz. Most of them are not to scale. Buzz. No, I'm just kidding.
So much wrong. So much wrong.
Barns.
Yeah, they
Yeah, or
usually are in a
stables.
stable.
Stables.
Yeah.
Animals. All the animals.
All the animals.
Yeah.
The three kings were not there. The three
Yeah.
wise men were not actually at the birth.
And
Yeah.
there weren't even 3 kings. They were
Yes.
wise men. There you go.
Yes.
So if yours are kings, that's a real problem.
They do most. I remember my grandmother's growing up. They all had crowns.
Mine has crowns.
Yeah.
And they're at the same time as the shepherds.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm. Jesus is a little baby.
Yeah.
hmm
Probably.
So-
do we know that if the shepherds got there when he was still a baby?
Yeah. I mean, Bible
Oh.
tells us that they did
Oh, in all of mine,
because
Jesus
still
is
in a manger.
attached to the manger, and I don't think that's how it was in real
no,
life
I don't
either.
think so either.
We,
So here's
the Bible
big
doesn't
question.
say.
Does your nativity? Do you think Jesus cried?
Yes. So there are a lot of people who believe that since Jesus is perfect, that he wouldn't have cried after the birth. Mary gave birth to him and he just came out like perfectly content. But I feel like then you're saying like a baby crying is sinful.
Right. Yeah, that's what I
And
think.
he was perfect, so Mary didn't have any pain. I mean,
Right. Well, I think that a baby crying after it's born is perfect. It shows lung function. It shows health. So if we're talking about perfection, I think that that's just something that parents came up with a long time ago.
Stop crying.
All right, stop crying. Jesus didn't cry when he was born.
so yeah, it's funny how so much of everything that we have around Christmas isn't really centered in what the whole biblical narrative is. We've created this whole new story that we tell, and then the wise men show up, and then they move to Egypt, and there's so much more to it. And it's only in 3 chapters.
So who won?
I did. The writer of the trivia question is the victor.
I think she's probably right.
Okay, well, if
But the
y'all,
most common answer is, who knows?
Right, yes.
Who knows?
the Bible doesn't say.
It's because you're not using the amplified version. It says, because they expanded, it says in
right.
the amplified version. Get the amplified version if you want to know.
For those who have hung in there with us and are still listening, how did you do on this Christmas trivia? Did you know anything?
I think we've got one of them on the line. Caller?
They didn't buzz in. So
Oh, I'm so sorry.
yeah.
I also don't think we actually have that functionality here, so.
Don't tell them that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're very professional. Okay. So thank you so much for guiding us through this Christmas trivia. And I think I won. And I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Everyone have a Merry Christmas.
I'm not sure how to wrap this up. I can probably wrap this up better.
Oh, come all ye faithful.
I say that's the best way to wrap it up. Join us for Christmas Eve services.
Oh, yeah.
There's
So
one.
That's a good
So you
idea.
could really hear.
Denise is towing the company
story.
line there.
Yeah.
Boom.
Hear the actual story of Christmas this Christmas Eve. You can go to tmumc.org/Christmas to see all of our worship service times, both online and in person, and all of the events around Christmas that we've been doing. So,
And it sounds like Aaron and Alyssa might need Bibles for Christmas.
I have Bibles, okay?